Today's project is going to be to fill in a couple holes in this yard. Now there are some holes here left over from some posts that were planted in concrete. Now I already took the concrete out of most of them. Now the soil I have here, I got some sifted topsoil from my local landscape supply yard. We should have more than enough, but that'll give us a chance to fill in around some rocks that are sticking up that are too hard to bust off. So let's start by filling in these couple of holes. Now of course, whenever you're filling in low spots like this soil is nice and fluffy and loose, and it's going to compact over time. So I like to spread it out and just try to pack it in some. Then we're going to mound it up a little higher than what we really need because we know it's going to settle. Doesn't hurt to have a little bit of a high spot here for a while. Some of it's going to settle, some of it might stay high. We want to kind of feather it out. There we go, that's nice. Yeah, just a little bit more right in the middle there. That'll be good. Now next, we don't want just bare dirt spots in our otherwise green yard, so just have some grass seed here, just whatever you can find at your home center. Doesn't have to be anything great, anything fancy, and just sprinkle a heavy coat around on everything. And I like to take a rake, either a stone or garden rake or just a simple leaf rake like this, and just try to cover up the seeds. You don't want to bury them too deeply, but you just want enough dirt on top of the seeds so that they'll germinate. And then as a final step for these spots, you could put some straw or some chopped up leaves on here, and that'll just help keep the moisture in. We're getting towards the fall, and there's some rain on the schedule this week, and it's supposed to be a little bit cooler temperatures. We're also in the shade. So for these, I don't have any straw handy. I'm not really worried about it. I think they'll germinate just fine. It's about mid-August right now, so we're about peaked out on the hot temperatures, hopefully. So from about now till I'd say into September is a good time. Here we're in Pennsylvania, so it's the mid-Atlantic. Your region, of course, is going to be a little bit different, but we wouldn't really want to plant this any earlier in the summer, that's for sure. So we should get some rain on these, and they should start germinating and popping up. Now remember, there's rarely only one way to solve a problem. So here's a case where this is limestone cropping up out of the ground. The parts I was working with over there, the original problem was concrete from fence posts, and so that sackcrete is pretty soft, and so I was able to bust that out with a sledgehammer. The limestone around here, however, is harder than what I really want to take on. So over there, we lowered the rocks. Over here, we're going to raise the ground. So this rock is just sticking up a little bit where it hits the mower. So I'm just going to take soil and put around it, and that'll allow the mower to ride up a little bit higher. It doesn't have to be much, but the key is you don't want that hump, whatever it is, to be just concentrated and narrow. So we're just going to raise the ground. This rock is what, maybe 12 inches long and 6 inches wide, sticking up, and so from that I'm going to take and create about a 3-foot circle all around the rock. That's one bucket. That's going to settle some. I have the dirt. I'm just going to go ahead and add another bucket. And I'm just going to try to keep this last bucket kind of centered around the rock. That way when it settles, hopefully the rock will not be sticking up above the level of the soil. I would rather have an uneven hump and dig the blade of the mower into a little high spot of dirt as opposed to a rock. It's still not great for a mower blade, but a rock will really destroy a mower blade in a hurry. So this looks good. Now, I could be using a garden rake with this. I don't have one handy. Actually, I don't have one at all. The one I had either broke or lost it and just haven't bought a new one yet. So I'm doing a little bit more work on my hands and knees than I normally would, but that should do it. Now we'll just throw some grass seed on here and give it a light raking like we did with the other spots, and then we'll be good. So that about wraps this job up. Remember, if you can't lower the rock, then just raise the soil, and you don't need any special equipment or tools. If you don't even have a truck, you just grab a little trailer, you can tow it behind your car, you know, whatever works. So if you enjoy this kind of content, then just hit subscribe and tap the bell to be notified for every new upload. We'll see you guys next time.